If you are over 60 and notice that your energy levels have dropped, your erections are not as strong as they used to be, and your desire has disappeared as if an important part of your masculine vitality has gone dormant, it is important to understand one thing. This is not just a natural part of aging. I am a doctor with more than 40 years of experience, and I have dedicated my life to helping men who silently carry this heavy burden, feeling ashamed and often unable to admit what is really happening. Men come to my office with the same expression of disappointment and the same desperate words. Doctor, I've tried everything, but I'm no longer the man I used to be. The reality is that to maintain strength, endurance, and vitality, the male body needs three key vitamins. And the most troubling part is that most of the men who come to me suffer from a severe deficiency of these vitamins without even knowing it. This is not just a doctor's opinion. It is backed by scientific data. A study published in the Journal of Sexual Medicine analyzed thousands of men over the age of 60 and revealed a frightening trend. More than half of them showed clear signs of erectile dysfunction, ranging from moderate to severe. Even more troubling, many of them considered this normal, accepting it as an inevitable part of aging while ignoring their body's signals that it needed help. Gradually, in silence, the loss of potency, desire, and strength has become accepted as normal. But this is not a natural aging process. It is the result of inner depletion caused by a deep deficiency of vital nutrients that slowly drain your energy from within. Weak circulation, decreased testosterone, constant mental fatigue, and reduced sensitivity to stimulation can all point to one root cause: a lack of essential nutrients in sufficient amounts. Fortunately, this situation can be changed. With the right knowledge, determination, and habits, you can reclaim your energy, manhood, and confidence, even after 60, 70, and beyond. That is the path I will now show you. Let's start with vitamin D. Not many people know this, but this vitamin plays a key role in a man's intimate life, and its impact goes far beyond that of a simple vitamin. It functions like a hormone, regulating vital processes, including erections, circulation, and testosterone production. When vitamin D is deficient, which is common after age 60, the body enters a dangerous loop. Testosterone levels drop, blood pressure becomes unstable, circulation worsens, and erections, which depend on all these factors, lose their firmness, stability, and strength. A new study published in the journal Atherosclerosis tracked hundreds of men suffering from erectile dysfunction and found an alarming trend. Men with vitamin D deficiency were 32% more likely to develop erectile dysfunction. This is because vitamin D plays a crucial role in releasing nitric oxide, a substance necessary for relaxing blood vessels. Without enough nitric oxide, blood cannot effectively fill the penis, preventing firm and lasting erections. But the problem goes even further. A lack of vitamin D is also associated with fatigue, loss of muscle mass, depression, and even cardiovascular disease, all of which harm sexual energy and a man's self-esteem. To make matters worse, estimates suggest that over 80% of men over 60 are deficient in this vitamin, often without noticeable symptoms. It is a slow but relentless draining of vitality. Fortunately, there is a way out. You can increase your vitamin D levels through simple natural methods. Spend at least 20 minutes daily in the sun with your arms, legs, or back exposed, without sunscreen. Also include vitamin D-rich foods in your diet, such as fatty fish, salmon, sardines, eggs, and liver. If needed, take vitamin D3 supplements, preferably together with vitamin K2, which improves absorption and protects your blood vessels from calcium buildup. Regaining your erections, strength, energy, and masculinity can start with restoring your vitamin D levels. The next important step is vitamin B12. But there is another crucial aspect most men are unaware of. If you feel constant fatigue, your mind is foggy, and you sense a loss of alertness, strength, and even desire, the culprit may be a silent deficiency of vitamin B12 that is affecting you every day. Vitamin B12 is not just a nutrient. It is an essential element for the normal functioning of the male body. Its absence leads to serious disruptions throughout the body. B12 directly participates in cellular energy metabolism, supports the nervous system, regulates mood, enables the production of red blood cells, and is responsible for neuromuscular function, which also affects erections. Low levels of this vitamin cause devastating effects. Blood loses its oxygen-carrying capacity. The brain slows down, metabolism stalls, libido vanishes, and sexual function begins to fail, even if desire is still present. And this is not speculation, is proven science. A study published in the International Journal of Impotence Research showed that men deficient in B12 had weaker blood flow to the penis, lower testosterone levels, and greater physical and mental fatigue. This means a lack of B12 doesn't just affect the body. It extinguishes a man's vitality from head to heart, from energy to erections. And the most alarming part is the scale of the problem. Research shows that up to 40% of men over 60 already have low B12 levels, especially those taking medications like metformin, omeprazole, or other acid inhibitors that interfere with absorption. And unlike other vitamins, B12 must go through several steps in the body to be properly absorbed. This becomes harder with age, which is why supplements are often essential. How can you ensure enough B12 in practice? Eat foods rich in it: beef liver, quality red meat, eggs, and fish. If your diet is limited, as with vegetarians or older men with poor absorption, use supplements in the form of methylcobalamin or hydroxycobalamin, which are more easily absorbed. And always monitor your blood levels. Aim for above 500 picograms per milliliter to support real physical, mental, and sexual vitality. Restoring B12 is like igniting your inner engine. You will feel the difference in your eyes, your energy, your presence. And most importantly, your sexual response will return naturally, firmly, confidently. Number 3 is vitamin E. Few men realize how vital vitamin E is for their masculinity. It works quietly but powerfully behind the scenes of sexual health, protecting internal tissues, strengthening circulation, and regulating key hormones like testosterone. And its impact on intimate life is enormous. Vitamin E is a fat-soluble antioxidant, which means it directly protects the cell membranes of sexual organs, blood vessels, and hormonal glands. Over time, oxidative stress damages these structures from within, resulting in fatigue, loss of firmness, weak erections, and reduced libido. But when vitamin E levels are sufficient, the body starts to respond. It prevents premature tissue damage in the penis, maintains blood vessel elasticity, and even protects the testes from oxidative harm, preserving their ability to produce testosterone. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that men with normal vitamin E levels had better endothelial function. In other words, their blood vessels responded better to the need for blood flow, which is essential for firm erections. This vitamin also improves sperm motility, regulates the hormonal axis, and enhances the effects of other nutrients such as zinc and selenium, especially important after 60. What can you do in practice? Include almonds, sunflower seeds, avocados, egg yolks, and extra virgin olive oil in your diet. These natural sources contain bioavailable forms of tocopherol, the active molecule of vitamin E. On the other hand, avoid refined oils, fried foods, and ultra-processed products, which oxidize this vitamin and weaken its effects. If you need supplements, choose natural forms with mixed tocopherols, which are better absorbed and provide stronger protection for the reproductive system. The truth is that vitamin E deficiency ages your body from within, slowly destroying what remains of your energy, strength, and confidence. But when restored, this vitamin can awaken dormant masculinity, protecting what can still flourish even after 60 or 70. Now let's talk about something extremely important. So pay close attention because this could undermine all your efforts without you realizing it. It is useless to take the best vitamins in the world if you make this silent and common mistake: improper supplement use. Many men think it is enough to just buy a capsule, take it once a day, and a miracle will happen. But reality is much more complex. The male body needs 3 conditions for proper vitamin absorption: the correct nutrient form, the ideal combination with other foods, and the right timing. Without this, something very simple happens. You take the vitamin, but it just passes through your body in your stool or urine without being absorbed. For example, vitamin D, as a fat-soluble vitamin, requires healthy fats for proper absorption. Taking it on an empty stomach or with black coffee is a waste. Vitamin B12, if taken in the wrong form, such as cyanocobalamin, is much less absorbed than the methylated form methylcobalamin, especially in older men. And vitamin E only works in its natural form with mixed tocopherols and should never be taken alone. It also needs to be paired with other antioxidants, such as selenium and vitamin C, to fully perform its protective function. Another common issue is that men buy generic multivitamin complexes full of additives, colorants, and synthetic substances that do more harm than good. In other words, the problem is not only the lack of vitamins, but also how they are used. Fixing this is crucial for any real change. The good news is that this does not require expensive formulas or thousands of complicated combinations. With the right guidance and quality products, everything becomes simple and effective. How do you include these vitamins in your routine correctly? Now that you know which 3 vitamins are essential for restoring firmness, circulation, and vitality, and which common mistakes prevent their absorption, the most important part is how to apply this consistently and wisely. The good news is you don't have to change your whole life. Just add small daily actions done correctly, and your body will respond. Here is how. 1. Vitamin D. Sunlight exposure is still the best way to stimulate natural vitamin D production. Ideally, get 10 to 15 minutes a day with your arms and legs exposed, preferably before 10 a.m. or after 3 p.m., without sunscreen during this time. If that's not possible, as is often the case for men over 60, supplements become necessary. How to use them properly. Take vitamin D with a meal containing healthy fats such as avocado, boiled eggs, or extra virgin olive oil. This greatly improves absorption in the intestines. Avoid taking it on an empty stomach or with very light meals, as this reduces its effectiveness. 2. Vitamin B12. With age, the body loses its ability to extract B12 from food, even with meat and eggs in the diet. That's why supplements are usually necessary, and they must be used correctly. How? Choose the methylcobalamin form, which is more bioavailable. Use drops or sublingual capsules. Always take it on an empty stomach right after waking up to ensure direct and effective absorption. Avoid taking it with coffee or acidic juice, as they may interfere. Wait about 15 minutes before eating. This routine enhances B12's energizing effect, improving mood, alertness, and mental clarity throughout the day. 3. Vitamin E. It is naturally found in seeds, nuts, olive oil, and egg yolks, but its absorption depends on dietary context. How to use it? Always take vitamin E during a full meal rich in antioxidants and healthy fats. For example, a lunch with dark leafy greens, a Brazil nut, and a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil provides ideal cofactors for absorption. In supplement form, choose versions with mixed tocopherols, which are more effective and better absorbed. And remember, the secret is not occasional use, but consistency. This discipline restores tissues, regulates hormones, and gives the male body its natural strength back. In conclusion, you do not have to accept impotence, fatigue, and loss of desire as a sentence of aging. These signs are not just the marks of time. They are warning signals from your body asking for help. And the truth is, in most cases, the problem lies in what goes unnoticed. Hidden deficiencies that drain your energy, undermine your masculinity, and make you feel like less than you are. But your body can still respond. Circulation can recover, testosterone can return to normal, desire can be rekindled, and the potency you thought was lost can be restored if you decide to act. If you choose to nourish your body with what it needs to be what it always was, strong, masculine, alive. If this material opened your eyes, share it. It might be exactly what another man needs to hear today. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Don't miss the next content. Your transformation starts here. And now, if you're truly serious, write in the comments. Potency is restored through routine. That way, I will know you will not just let this pass. You will put it into action. M.